I got tired because the trains were now moving too fast. So I couldn't go their speed anymore. So I just backed up. I backed up and going this field that I wanted to do something, and found out where that point was, where the sound was. And ladies and gentlemen, before I start talking about a thing called the Purdie Shuffle, I didn't talk about what I was doing. I only gave the different artists that was asking for something different. Because at the time, the thing that was the biggest thing going in the world was the shuffle. Just to play a shuffle. This was jazz. And then you can do the speed on it. And then you got the dancers swing and turning and flipping and jumping over top of one another. Well, everybody can't dance that way. But everybody can dance to the Purdie Shuffle. Shoot, 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 shoot. You can do the waltz, you can do swing, but the whole trip never goes faster than this. Shoot, 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 that backbeat, go, the whole idea of the Purdie Shuffle is to keep people dancing. Now, when you got past that point, you're now into open swing, where folks get thrown over your shoulder and this, that, and the other. Well, that ain't the Purdie Shuffle, because that's you're gonna hurt yourself. But the tempo was up just enough to make it feel good. And then your fingers will help you do the walking. And your talking. And the backbeat. And everything that you did turned out to be not one bar, but 2 bars. It's a 2-bar phrase. So you can get everything in without hurting yourself. Beat 3 of 1 bar and beat 3 of another bar. The joy of this means that people can slow dance if they want, or you got people that can hop, feet going, body going, and things happening, because the Purdie Shuffle will allow you to feel good. Energy. That energy. And people started dancing, and that's been going on since the 60s. Most people didn't know what it was, but it was happening in the 60s. But the 70s is when I made hundreds of records. Hundreds of records. To thousands of records with the Purdie Shuffle. Now, the first people who did something about it happened to be from Japan. By this time, I had hundreds of Japanese people who came over on their vacation, and I had students and I had teachers that came over also. So the point is that they were sent over to take lessons with me and this, that, and the other, and it was wonderful. Then I was teaching in 3, 4 schools. One of them was the new school. I stayed there for almost 18 years in the new school in Manhattan. But at the same time, I was making recordings throughout the United States. I was commuting back and forth to New Orleans, California, and several other major states. Detroit. People did not know what it was, but at the same time, records were being hit songs. And those hit songs just kept me alive, kept things happening for me. Energy. Energy. Energy is what keeps the heart beat. You just gotta remember, the Purdie Shuffle is not fast. Because who dance? Who's the people? Older people. Well, the first ones to be dancing and doing things. The younger people are just this way. They like this. Ooh, yeah. They can dance by themselves. They don't worry about swing and this and no. But you got this. So I made it so it worked for everybody, young and old. So they could dance, or they could swing, the whole works. Because before that, the regular shuffle, if you didn't have this tempo on the regular shuffle, you couldn't dance, because that was the swing. That was all the swing. And you had thousands of folks who would be on the dance floor. You see that on TV now. Thousands of people, they put those, all of these dancing, everybody dancing. Ooh, I mean, the feet is going, the body is going, and yes, that's going too. That was the beauty. Even though people did not know what it was the energy that had people up. Ladies and gentlemen, my youngest sister, her name is Thelma. I used to dance with my youngest sister, and I'd pick her up and throw her over my shoulder. We had a ball until they wanted to do things faster. And I said, I can't do that. No. I can't, I just can't do it. They said, well, that thing that you do, you know, that shuffle you do. I said, yeah, it's called the Purdie Shuffle. No, I cannot do that. I can't get my legs and feet and get you over my head anymore like I used to. Don't get me wrong, I mean, you a big girl now. And I'm a big boy, and when I go to throw you now, Listen, you might even hit my face while I'm on. But my younger sister, Thelma, we used to dance. We used to dance. And I loved it immensely, because it worked. But worked even more are the artists that was listening to this beat that made sense to them. It made a lot of sense. And believe me, yes, the Purdie Shuffle is a worldwide thing today. Every drummer in the world has to learn the Purdie Shuffle.
Yeah.
If you're gonna work in any kind of band. And it doesn't matter whether it's jazz, blues, R&B, pop, country, you gotta have that little taste of the music itself that goes a certain way. But it lets your feet do the talking and the walking. You can do just about anything you want. Just about anything. And that is why there's a resurgence of this young man called Bernard Purdie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Play it for us, Bernard. Purdie, please. Purdie, please.
Purdie, please, is better. Okay, I'll do it. But then you gotta ask the questions to go with it. So,